Welcome to ZenTen with Jackie Rose, CZT of Rejuventangle. So let's take a nice deep breath in and out. Pick up your pencil, and with each breath, very gently, we're just going to put a dot in each corner of our tile or our sketchbook. And when I say tile, it's just a piece of paper. We call it a tile in Zentangle. And now we're going to connect the dots, creating our border. Doesn't matter how straight or curved it is. Very slowly, relax, turning your tile or sketchbook, focusing on that pencil as it moves from dot to dot. Breathing in and out, letting everything go. And now we're going to draw a string which divides our border into sections so that we don't have to think about how far to tangle a certain pattern. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to corner off each corner. So it's quite small. We're just going to give it an arc shape, just to corner off each corner. Doesn't matter how big or how small. Yours will look different. Everybody doing this will look different. And now we're going to draw a line straight down from the edge of this right here, and we're just going to draw a line straight down. Doesn't matter where it lands, just straight down. And again, there's no such thing as perfection. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight. And we're going to do that on the other side, just at the kind of where this ends right here, and then straight down wherever that is. Nice and slow and relaxed. And you can notice both sides are not the same size, because in Zentangle there is no perfection, and anything goes. So everything's I don't know what I'm trying to say. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now we're going to do one more thing. We're going to come up just a little bit here and do an arc shape. And now you can put down your pencil and pick up your pen, and very gently and gentle and relaxed, going to draw. I'm starting in this corner right here, and we're just going to draw a short stem, slightly bent. And now let's aura that stem, very nice and close and slow and relaxed. And then put a little T. Just a line makes it kind of look like a T. And now we're going to draw a nice big round shape. So let's do that again. I'm doing right next to it, right off of it, a little stem. We're going to aura that. Give it a little hat. And then we come down a little bit. You can come down as low as you want, actually. It doesn't matter where you come. I think I'm going to come down real low here, and I'm going to draw another big circle. So let's do one more, and then I'm going to show you something a little bit different. And if you've been tangling for a while, you probably already know this pattern and the next one. All right? So now we're going to do the same exact thing, right? So I'm going to just start another stem, doubling that up, giving it a T or curved line. And now instead of the round shape, I'm going to give it this spade-like shape. Right? And we're going to do that again. Nice and slow and relaxed. And I'm actually going to holly bow it, which means it kind of looks like it's going underneath. And I'm going to pretend it's finishing up over here. And then we've got that spade shape. You can see these are very different, the two of them. They just came out differently. Let's do another one. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to fill up this whole section alternating these two different shapes. Now, if you can't, or if you prefer to favor one shape over the other, of course, you can do that. You can do whatever you want to do in these classes. And when you listen to your own inner artist, it will come out better than if you were to try to do exactly what I'm teaching you. So I wouldn't even think much about it. In Zentangle, we don't think, we just do. We focus on each stroke, having faith that whatever we draw, we are meant to draw. We go nice and slow and relaxed, focusing on how the pen feels to the paper, how the pen feels in our hand, making sure we're in a comfortable position. Going nice and slow. They can be all different sizes, the shapes, the stems. You can go in different directions too. You see how this one's kind of curved this way? Well, I might just decide to curve it that way. And now what I'd like to suggest is if you did some of these poke leaves. Oh, I didn't tell you the name. These are called poke root and poke leaf. So poke root is the round one, the roundish, and poke leaf is the one that looks more like a leaf. And so what I started to do here is I'm giving this an aura. I'm going behind, following the exact shape that I did. I went behind, so I'm going to come out over here, and I'm giving it a nice tight aura where I'm just outlining the same shape that I drew. And I'm just going to do that on the poke leaves for right now. Nice and slow and relaxed. And in the background of this, there's lots of things you could do. Um, you can either color in the background, but what I'm suggesting is putting in some orbs. Now here's a little tiny space, so I think I'll just color that in. So sporadically, I might put in a little bit of coloring. Like here's another little space here, just to kind of give it a little drama, a little embellishment. But on the other ones, I'm just going to fill it in with different size orbs, mini circles. We just call them orbs so that we don't have to focus on trying to make it look like a circle, because it doesn't have to be a circle. An orb is an imperfect circle. There could be all different types of roundish shapes. Could be oval, could be floppy. And I like to try to make them different sizes, but it doesn't really matter. It's all a personal preference. Well, make sure when you draw these circles that they are, and if you notice, I just noticed I actually drew these circles over one of my poke leaves without realizing it. And you know, that's okay. And oops is an opportunity for other possibilities. And I was meant to do that. As a matter of fact, I really wasn't, I think my subconscious mind did that on purpose, because I wasn't thrilled with that shape when I first put that in. It was kind of floppy. So there we go. It's all hidden and gone. I think I'm going to color this in a little bit. Just remember, whatever you end up doing, that's probably your artist subconscious mind doing what is the best for your piece of art and for your mindfulness experience. This is a mindfulness art form where we don't focus on what it looks like. We just focus on being in the present moment and being open to whatever we end up drawing. Focusing on each stroke, one stroke at a time. Making sure we are still breathing. We're not pressing too hard on that pen and paper. Just a light touch. I sometimes find myself holding on to my pen too tightly, and that's when I need to just kind of remember to lay off of it just a little bit. And sometimes just by slowing down helps me to do that. Remembering you can always turn your tile, your paper, your sketchbook. It's all we call it a tile in Zentangle, no matter what we're drawing on. And we refer to paper tile when we say that. So you always want to feel comfortable, be in a comfortable position. So even though this is called ZenTen, it's not exactly 10 minutes. Sometimes it will be more than 10 minutes, but not much more. And sometimes it might be less than 10 minutes, but not too often. The whole idea is just to have a few minutes every day to kind of slow down the brain, bring in some creativity, and have some fun. And this practice will really get your mind and your mood even in a really good place. Letting go of stress, starting to feel really good and relaxed, clearing our head so we can have clear thoughts that need to come through. Great. And so on day 5 is when we shade with a pencil in our tortillon. And our tortillon is just a blending stick. Here's one here. If you don't have one, you can use a Q-tip. Okay, so there we are, day 1 of the next series. So today's Monday, and hopefully you will come back tomorrow to see day 2. So have a wonderful, relaxing, enjoyable day.